Hi, Professor Mello. I've decided to do the extra credit assignment this way, and so that you can see a face-to-face um, recording. So the first question is, why did you initially enroll in these courses, and have they been what you thought they would be, and explain why or why not? So I enrolled in these courses because I wanted to learn more about internal accounting and how to make sense of all the numbers and where they came from. I wanted to improve on my skills in problem solving, critical thinking, and analytical reasoning, and I wanted to follow through with um, the whole accounting minor to get a certification in having the minor in accounting, so that I could also have like a career similar to my mom, who's also an accountant currently. And these classes overall have been more than informative in helping me learn um, the accounting practices, starting from your very beginning equation: assets equals liabilities plus stockholders equity. And these courses have been exactly what I thought they would be, but somewhat more challenging as well. I knew it was always going to be a challenge, but not as it's going to be hard, but it will be fair. And I thought that the courses would be mainly about um, learning about the income statements and journalizing the entries for them and finalizing balance sheets. But as I took 103 and 105 throughout the year, I realized there's a lot more smaller details that go into each financial statements that like everyday corporations use and like for their day-to-day basis. And I learned that the more we go in depth for parts of these income statements and balance sheets, the more detail oriented it gets. And accounting as it is very detail oriented, and you have to get everything correct. For B, what learning approach worked best for you? Did you adapt your learning approach throughout the course sequence? If so, how? And if not, how might you have modified your process to increase the effectiveness in understanding and applying the concepts? So, what really worked for me was practicing the cases from class that we did on a physical piece of paper, where writing it down pen to paper or pencil to paper actually helped me understand um, understand and like actually conceptualize all the topics that we learned. I started practicing more and more on the discussion cases from scratch, as if I just like looked at it as if it was a quiz question and just did it from there. And then I changed my learning approach. I want to say around MGT 105, so that I would read your slides first and then I would review the textbook afterwards, because it's more condensed, and then I could, if I have any questions, I could look back at that. And I found what really helped was not doing the homework problems last minute, because I don't want to be stressed like that. Doing a little bit every day helps significantly, rather than doing it at the very end. And that the concepts will still remain somewhat fresh in my mind, and for the next class I'll have like a refresher course every time I do it. And attending every discussion section also proved to be very beneficial in supporting my understanding of the cases in depth, with more and more practice, I should say. But I want to say the discussion cases were somewhat easier, but they were also helping me reinforce my understanding from the ones we did in class, even though it's slightly different. What specific knowledge and or skills did you develop in these intermediate accounting courses? How do you anticipate applying this knowledge and or skills in your future academic endeavors or professional career? I would say my skills in revenue recognition and recording them in journal entries were improved upon since I started taking this series, because it's been a whole I want to say year and a half since I've taken um, the intro courses for accounting. And building upon like the journal entries that I worked on, I was able to understand more and more on how to build the income statement, for example, with the basic EPS and stuff, and for the balance sheet, the stockholders' equity portion, only given the very basic account balances like we did on the the exams from 103. Throughout 105 and 107, I learned that well, I developed more skills to do the same thing, except this time it's with a complete cash flow statement given our built uh, income statement and balance sheets. And I plan on developing my critical thinking and data analyzing skills more by taking additional accounting classes outside of Davis, so that I could be more proficient in these areas rather than going through the MPAC program and having a master's. But I fully intend on studying for the CPA exam right after graduation, so that I will be prepared for when I do take it in the near future. And after taking these exams, I plan on working full time using these skills in my professional career. So, where did I struggle to maximize my mastery of the course content? Did your challenges relate to logistics, time management, course content, motivation, and or something else? What are a few things you could have done better to overcome obstacles? So, where I really struggled was applying what I learned from the in-class cases on towards to the exams that we do in class. Although I didn't expect a high score for the exams I knew I was unprepared for, I still was determined to come to class every day, learn more about the next topics, and like keep pushing to like do better, or like score higher, like just little small incremental steps, baby steps all the way up. And my challenge really related to, specifically, I want to say, time management myself, and a little bit of motivation in studying for the class that I struggle with the most compared to the other 3 classes I'm taking to this quarter. I should have allotted more time for this class, specifically just for studying, not just like studying as in like reviewing the books and the slides more than I do the homework and the quizzes. I should have reviewed more in the book overall, just to like reinforce my understanding of the topics. And a few things that I could have done better to overcome my obstacles was making a set schedule and sticking with it. So I would read the slides, do the homework, practice extra problems, etc., etc. And then what I should have done this quarter was take advantage of the optional homework, so I can get like a preview of what the homework really is, because I only have 3 attempts on it, and to like really have the chance to like do more problems, so that I can actually fully understand it rather than just doing it once. And then I should have also set more realistic goals to improve on each exam if I didn't do so well on the first one. So the first 2, I want to say I didn't do as well as I hoped to, but I plan on scoring higher in this upcoming final than the first 2 midterms, as in 103 and 105, and ultimately 107. And has your perspective in your future career in accounting changed? If so, how? If not, what aspects of these courses have solidified your passion and our path? So my perspective on my future career hasn't changed yet. I still plan on taking the CPA exam in the near future, and hopefully pass all 4 parts of it. Although I don't know exactly when I will take it yet. I will still have to study and prepare for it, but I plan on definitely taking it. I have still yet to decide whether or not I want to work at one of the big 4 firms, whether it be KPMG, E&Y, PwC, or Deloitte, or just go work internally for like a private corporation and then just do like their internal financial statements. And what really helped solidify my perspective on accounting is accountants are really good organizational problem solvers that are detail oriented, and they use analytical reasoning, which I think I would be able to use my skills in applying, so that although some details might be missed, I try to my best to pay attention to all the details that are given to me and make use of it. And although accounting obviously isn't my favorite subject in the world, although I'm doing it for my career, I do see myself using these skills to like help society and like potentially consult outside of my job, my career, for another firm like you have before, potentially as a certified CPA, and help others wherever I can. I also wanted to say like a little last minute note that I've enjoyed really taking all three of the series courses, 103, 105, 107 with you this entire year. It's truly amazing how much I've learned throughout the entire year in such a short amount of time, but I thank you and I really appreciated all that you have done for me.